I'm going to put this as nicely as I can. If you don't vote for the blue candidate in the midterm elections, then you might as well be voting red, because absolutely nobody's going to be held accountable unless the blue party does it. And I know how you feel. There are some blue candidates who absolutely make my stomach turn, but not as much as the person who's in office today, or the party that is ruling this country right now and running it into the dirt. I'm going to say something that might shock you. I've never been a fan of Hillary Clinton, but you can bet your sweet ass that I did vote for her in the 2016 election. Because look at the alternative that we ended up with anyway. Third party is not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get this country anywhere. Sadly, we are a two-party system, and the sooner you accept that, the sooner we can bring the change that we need. And then later on, maybe we can work on improving our party. But as of right now, there's too much at stake to be throwing your vote away. So hold your nose and go cast your vote before this motherfucker destroys our country and our democracy. If you've spent the last 2 years complaining about the rights being stripped away from women, minorities, and the LGBT community, now is not the time to change your stance on those things. We have an immediate problem, and there's only one solution. And you are it. So we can either continue allowing this man and his rich cronies to get away with all this bullshit, or we can actually take a stand and do something to fix the problem this November. And if you can't vote blue, then I don't want to hear you complaining anymore about the bullshit. I don't want to hear you complaining that he's not being held accountable. I don't want to hear you complaining that those files were not released. And I sure as hell don't want to hear you complaining about the Supreme Court and how he keeps stacking it in his favor.
It's not just me saying it. It's not just this woman saying it. It's not just this guy saying it. There are a lot of people telling you the reality of the situation we live in. And that is that we don't like every candidate that we're going to go vote for in November. We just don't. If I did like every candidate I was going to go vote for in November, I would be frightened. But we're the only people that can stop this. And the only way we can stop it is by voting blue, voting for the Democrat. And then working on changing the party. You saw a lot of Democratic Socialists of America get nominated, win the nomination in New York. Right? That is the Democratic Party progressing towards what I believe to be the inevitable future of the Democratic Party, which is going to be more progressive. But it's not happening everywhere at the same time. So, progressives not in New York, you might have to vote for a moderate Democrat. And moderates in New York, you're going to have to vote for a progressive Democrat. Because if we don't, he keeps going. ICE keeps knocking down doors. Detention centers keep getting built. The Supreme Court keeps being conservative. Now, the Supreme Court's going to take a generation to flip anyway, but my point being is, if we continue with the protest votes and the third party votes and the sitting out of elections because we don't like who the candidate is, we're going to keep getting what we get. And yes, if you don't vote for one of the two candidates that have a chance of winning, either the Republican or the Democrat, if you choose not to vote for either one of them, or to write in somebody, or to vote for the Libertarian, or to vote for the Green Party candidate, you don't get to bitch about any of it. Because you helped contribute to the problem. You stood on morality and said, I'm going to teach the Democratic Party a lesson for not electing my candidate. And you sat back and watched as a fascist got elected. You don't get to bitch when things fall apart. I'm sorry. You don't get to look at us and go, you guys are the ones, you Democrats are the reason why Donald Trump got elected to begin with. No, we voted for the only other person that had a chance to win, the Democrat. Excuse me. You didn't. My friend there is 100% correct. There are going to be candidates in this country that people are going to walk into the ballot box, see on their ballot and go, fuck. And then they're going to see the alternative, and it should click with them immediately that, well, this one is far worse.